So hi everybody, it's Zach again. Today I wanted to just take a little chance to talk about recycling and why I think recycling is so important and what I do to try to recycle at my house. So, recycling is really important for me because I really believe in keeping our community as safe and as trash free as possible. And I also know that our resources on Earth are not unlimited. So I definitely encourage everyone to recycle because it gives us the chance to reuse some of the plastics and other things that we're constantly using raw materials to build and to make for our lifestyles. And I know that those plastics and things come from petrochemicals, and I've read a lot of articles about how that impacts air pollution and how it impacts just our general quality of life. And trying to reuse materials and recycle materials hopefully makes a little bit of a dent in that. I know it's not perfect, but I feel like it makes an impact on our earth and our resources and things. So I definitely recycle as much as I possibly can, and I'm lucky to live in a community that's currently accepting recycling. I know a lot of places, especially smaller places where I live in Virginia, are not because of issues with exporting that recycling to China and things. A lot of the contracts and things that were lost, where people were making money off of recycling, they're not anymore. So these communities have stopped doing it, but I'm lucky that our county still does. And I wish a lot of places did. Even though you might lose money, I think it's probably something that we as communities should be subsidizing our recycling system. But enough of being on my soapbox about recycling. So how does that work here in my community? We used to have what was called single source recycling, where I could take everything that was recyclable, up to including like plastics up through number 7, in just one tub and let they came and picked it up. However, that contract ended after the whole no export of recycling issue. So what happens is now we have gone back to sorting our recycling and taking those to our local landfill facility or one of our local convenience sites where that recycling is taken. So currently here we take recycling number 1 and 2, or for plastic 1 and 2, aluminum, tin cans, paper, and glass. Those are the 5 things that we recycle. And you'll see behind me, I'll move out of the way. This is what my wife calls Zach's Jank Recycling Center. And this is where I put all the recycling that I have. A lot of people, I think, just keep small amounts, or they keep it in boxes or stuff, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually have a place where I could have this recyclables sorted, where they weren't in the way, where they're outside, so I don't have to deal with that trash and stuff inside my house. I also pick up trash in my community and sort out the recycling, and a lot of times that stuff has been on the ground for a long time, so it ends up having bugs and stuff in it. So I definitely wanted to have a nice place to keep it. I initially started with like cardboard boxes and stuff out here, but those got wet, those kind of would blow away and things. So I eventually was like, I just need to spend the money and get good recycling containers. And what I did was I went out and purchased 4 of these Rubbermaid containers from Home Depot. Now, what I really liked about these when I did my research, a couple things. Number 1, there is a lid. The old cardboard boxes I had out here, I mean the boxes, I hated those, but one of the big issues I had, they're open, so, and there's a lot of wind here, so then stuff would blow back out, and I would be picking it up 2 or 3 times before the recycling would come. So I wanted a lid to be able to hold that stuff in here. What else I liked about these is it has a really easily accessible door that just folds down for me to put the recycling in. I didn't want to have something that I had to lift off every time, because stuff that I pick up off the ground and things I don't want to touch. So I have a grabber that I use to pick up the recycling, and I want to be able to just pick that up and put it in here and have another hand to open this door when I need it. This door also has a sticker on it where I can label what goes in here. So this is the plastic one, that was aluminum. Over here I had the glass and tin. We'll talk about the paper here in a minute. But it let me label what goes in here. So if someone is using it and doesn't know, or I forget or whatever, it's really easy. These are really sturdy tubs. They come in actually 3 different sizes. I got the middle size, which is the 20 pound one. But I mean, a certain number of quarts or something like that. But anyway, you'll see if you go into Home Depot, the number that they have there and how you can access those. These lids just snap right on here and come right off. And then I have these big plastic totes that I can take to the recycling place. And I really like that too because I can stack these together because I don't ever take them all the way full. So there's space I can just stack them together in my car. They don't move around and stuff. So I really like these tubs, and that was one of the reasons that I got them. Now what I did was, I had this railing on the back of my carport because I have some steps back here, and I took these lids and I drilled holes in them and put zip ties, hopefully you can see that, right here and here, that I use to hold these on here. And then when I take the tub and put the lid on it with the zip tie, that's not going anywhere. Even if they're empty, there's no chance of them blowing away because they'll snap so tight and the zip ties on there. So that was an easy fix because I knew, even though these are heavier, if heavy winds came or even moderate winds, they would blow away, and I didn't want that to happen. So I did zip tie these on here. I would definitely recommend finding some way to anchor them wherever you put them if you put them outside. But I've had these for over a year and a half now. They've held up really well. They're not brittle. They're not. I mean, they're just as good as when I got them, except for they're a little dusty. But I love them, and I would definitely recommend getting these again, especially if you have an outdoor area to put your recycling that you want to keep it in. And like I said, they do come in bigger sizes or smaller sizes, depending on what you want. The only thing different that I have here is this Rubbermaid Slim Jim brand can. And what happened was, when I got these, I knew that the paper recycling was going to fill these up. I get a lot of cardboard from boxes. I get a lot of cardboard from my paper from my newspapers. I get rolls. I get stuff that's longer and bigger. And I didn't want to have to take this like every single day because back when we had the mixed recycling, that was the big problem, is that would fill up all the time. So what I did was I had this can because I got lucky and went to one of our local Rubbermaid charity sales and picked this up for like 35 bucks there. They're usually, I think, about twice as much, but knowing what I know now, I would definitely spend that on it again because this has been a great outdoor can. It has the drop lids in here. You can see the flaps that you just push down on. And it lets me just drop the paper recycling right in here. And it keeps it from blowing away. That's the worst thing for blowing away, of course, is the paper and stuff. So I really love this can. It's really sturdy. It's Rubbermaid all around. All this stuff is great stuff. This lid stays on here. It's not attached on anything. It's heavy enough that it stays on here and doesn't blow away. And what I did was I just took that handle, pushed it up against the railing and zip tied it on there. And then I have a bag in here, so I just take this bag and take that to the recycling place. So everybody, again, just want to say how much I would recommend that you consider recycling. Like I said, I pick up trash and stuff on the road. I recycle everything I can here at the house, and it maybe takes me 10 minutes a day to sort stuff out. So it's not really that long, and it's really keeping that plastic that takes hundreds or thousands of years to break down from being stuck in the dirt, from being stuck in our landfills or whatever, and ended up in like our water system and inside of us and stuff. So definitely consider recycling. And if you need a good place to go look, go to Rubbermaid, go to Home Depot, and pick these out. The only issue I ever had with these was when I ordered them. It was when COVID first struck, and it just was forever on the phone trying to get an issue that happened with the delivery people taken care of. They basically sent these without the lids, and I had a lot of trouble with that. But apart from that, their service and stuff was great. They were just overwhelmed at the time because it was like the first weekend of COVID, and everyone was off and stuff, and they only had a certain number of people. But Home Depot was great to work with. It was easy to order it online. It was easy to get the problem fixed. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. Home Depot worked with me to overcome the problems with the shipping company. And like I said, they've held up great. So I would definitely recommend, number one, recycling. Number two, if you're looking for an outdoor thing, get these, because with the lids and stuff, they're really secure and that recycling won't go anywhere. So if you have any questions or anything, be sure to leave them in the comments section. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for all the other things that I promote on Life with Zach. So have a great day.